I don't know how else to convey my feelings about what I'm gonna talk about today other than. Okay, this time it's not the carpet. By the way, thanks, Kane, for ruining my little title trifecta that I had going on there. But no, in all seriousness, this is probably a better teaser than the carpet. And that's because they're actual pictures of filming for the Backrooms movie taken from someone working inside their building. Yes, these photos were posted on Reddit by user pluswear9641 with the title "Movie Shoot Outside My Office Today in Vancouver." The pictures included show a close-up of a new actor, who I'll get into in just a sec, standing in the parking lot, and from the distance and the way the zoom distorts his face, it makes him kind of look like Bob Odenkirk, which is not only funny in its own right, but it's interesting because Kane has said that to him, Bob Odenkirk looks the most like Ivan Beck. Now, I'm not saying this person is Ivan Beck, but it'd be pretty neat if it was, especially since the quality of the picture actually makes it look as though something funky is going on with his eye, and his fashion sense is giving Ivan chic. Instead, I think it may be a co-worker of Renata's character, who, according to the synopsis, is supposed to be some sort of therapist. Aside from the synopsis and Kane mentioning that async will not be a focal point of the story, we have no info on what we can expect from this movie. And as far as confirmed actors for the movie go, we only know of Renata and Chiwetel, but it looks like we may have another actor to keep an eye on, and that is Mark Duplass. Mark Duplass has an extensive credit list with notable projects of his involving co-writing and starring in the Creep movies and the TV spin-off The Creep Tapes, not to mention his other acting credits in movies like Hump Day, The Lazarus Effect, The League, and Greenberg, just to name a few. Mark has also received 2 nominations for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series. He was apparently also the lead singer in an indie band called Volcano I'm Still Excited. It's safe to say that Mark's talents are expansive, and it makes me that much more excited for the rest of the cast to be revealed. From the comments on the Reddit post, the OP mentioned that they saw Renata and Mark filming a scene while they were sitting in the Jeep Wagoneer pictured here. And you may not think that there's much here for us to investigate, but you'd be wrong. Putting the Mark Duplass may or may not be Ivan Beck allegations aside, there's still not much info that's known about the story of the movie itself. There was that synopsis that I just mentioned that did reference Renata's character being a therapist and having to go into some unknown dimension to retrieve her patient. But that still doesn't tell us when this movie takes place, whether it takes place before or after everything that's happened at Async, or even during. It's also worth noting that while we may not know the exact timeline that this movie takes place in, we do have an idea of what it could be like to experience the movie. Kane has mentioned that Found Footage 3 is meant to be a sort of additive teaser of what's to come, so to me this feels like he's teasing the movie as something akin to like a found footage film once both characters are in the complex. However, this picture actually gives us a solid hint as to when that specific scene and possibly most of the narrative takes place. Looking at the cars, it's obvious on a first glance that they're older models. In fact, I wanted to give a special thanks to DJ and Megamoron for this image identifying the cars that are seen here. Yes, that is their name. No, I'm not actually calling them a mega moron. That would be rude. Anyway, the cars pictured here include the 1974 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, a 1983 Pontiac Fiero, a Mercedes-Benz W124, a 1985 BMW E30, a 1986 Cadillac Seville, and a 1988 Ford Crown Victoria. The blue car next to the Jeep is a bit too covered to be able to be seen, and the car next to the Mercedes and over there in the back is also too obscured to be seen. But the majority of the cars being from the 1980s, with the oldest being a 1988 Crown Vic, places the timeline of the story in the late 80s. Not to mention, the OP of the Reddit post said that the plates themselves expired in 1991. So this would place this scene somewhere between 1988 and 1990. I want to say that it would most likely be the end of the year in 1989 or sometime in 1990. After all, if our actors here end up going to the complex, then it'd make more sense for them to be able to access it after the events of First Contact, as people only started going missing significantly more often after October in 1989. There's also the fact that these are red and white California license plates, and that may not be significant on first glance because California has pretty much kept the same style of license plate over the years, but here's the thing. The style of the plate itself also supports the prediction of when this movie takes place. Previous California license plates included a yellow with black lettering from 1956 to 1962, the black with yellow lettering from 1963 to 1969, and the blue with yellow lettering from 1969 to 1986. A different set of plates manufactured in 1982 featured white with blue lettering, and an optional sun graphic added behind the state name. But in 1987, they discontinued the sun graphic and kept the style the same. These are the plates that you're seeing here. The next big plate change seemingly wouldn't occur until the late 90s, and that's way further than the events of Async and several years after Found Footage 2 and a year after Found Footage 3. Not to mention, if you're driving around in 1997 with tags that expired 6 years ago, you may as well be a ghost to California Highway Patrol. Also, huge thank you to Chicken for driving all the way out to where the filming took place and grabbing these photos of the empty lot. Doesn't that look crazy? Doesn't this building just kind of scream Async or something similar? I don't know. It feels like it's just all kind of happening so close by at the same time. It's just so crazy. I'm so excited for this movie. Also, here's a video of Chicken wandering around this lot. But that's it for now. I'm working on a few videos right now that I'm making progress on, and of course I will keep my eyes peeled for any more photos of filming. If you enjoyed this quick little analysis, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the bell so you're notified the next time I upload. Because chances are I'll either be theorizing or excitedly squealing about another movie set photo or teaser. Also, Kane, please show us the carpet so I can say that we saw the carpet. Thank you! Anyway, I hope you guys take care, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!